Hello and welcome back everyone. Myself Anish Kumar Atta. I am a BTech student of second year. I'm studying in BIT Vellore and today our topic is communication system. First of all, we should know what is communication. Communication can be defined as a person talking with a person or many person through different mediums like we can nowadays internet is very popular communication system. It's a communication tool exactly. So earlier they used to, in the times of kings and maharajas, they used to send pigeons to another kingdom or to their loved ones. And nowadays internet, WhatsApp, Facebook, SMS, phone calls, these are all communication tools, and the system is bound between this internet and all because internet has took a place in today's world in a great way. Okay, so it's a very interesting topic, and and many of you know about it because it's a simple, not difficult. It's a communication, and everyone know what is communication, how communication have done, and that's it. So let's move into the topics. First of all, what is communication system? We should know what is communication system. The communication system is a system which describes the information exchange between two points. Okay, so it's defined as exchange of informations. Okay, uh, you are in a place like I am in VIT Vellore. If I have to talk with a person who's living in my hometown, like my mom or my dad, so we have to we exchange information, right? I say to my mom that what happened today. Mom says same thing, what happened today. So it's a exchanging of information or data or something like that. So that is communication. So the system is known as communication system. The process of transmission and reception of information is called communication. The major element of communication are the transmitter of information, channel or medium of communication, and the receiver of information. Transmitter of information, like who is saying, like the conversation of me and my mom, like if I am saying, so I am the transmitter. Okay, channel, the medium. We are talking in our phone. So phone is our medium. Okay, and receiver. My mom is receiving my message. The mom is receiving my call. So mom is receiver there. So I am the transmitter. I am saying mom is listening. So mom is listener. Okay, the receiver, and the phone is our medium who is helping us to communicate. So let's move. So there are types of communication system. Depending on signal specification or technology, the communication system is classified as follows. First one is analog communication. Analog technology communicates data as electronic signals of varying frequency or amplitude. Broadcast and telephone transmission are common example of analog technology. So I am talking on in my phone. That is analog communication. Telephone is an analog communication. My mobile phone is an analog communication. So what is an analog communication? It's communicate data as electronic signals. The we are talking in a phone. That's the electronic signals. Okay, the signals come as electron, like as a electronic signals. Okay, of various frequency. The frequency means change, and we all know the unit of frequency is hertz. So it's depend on the frequency and amplitude, how loud I am saying, how low I am saying. It's depend. That is an analog communication. We are talking in a phone, in our phone. These are called analog communication. Okay, so uh, you got the idea of analog communication, right? Now move into the digital communication. So what is a digital communication? In digital technology, the data are generated and processed in two states. First one is high and second one is low. Digital technology stores and transmits data in a form of 0 and 1s. So this communication is used by computers. Okay, computers only understand two digit, 0 and 1, and the communication is done through only these two digits, 0 and 1. Okay, so this is called digital communication. If the communication is done through only two digit, 0 and 1, 1 is represent high, 0 is represent low. Okay, the data are generated and processed in two states only. So data is transmitted to state 0 and 1. 0 is low, 1 is high. Okay, so this is the basic graph of how digital communication is done. Like you can say it's a stepwise because it has only two states. This is called the lower portion is always 0, the upper portion is 1. And this is analog because it varies with frequencies. This frequency is low. Here the frequency is low and here the frequency is high. So it varies. Okay. So now depending on the communication system channel, the communication system is categorized as follows. Okay. So communication channel is categorized. Like I have mentioned phone calls, telephones. These are all communication channels. So wired, first one is wired, line communication. These are of four types. First one is parallel wire communication. So what is parallel wire communication? That we will see later. Twisted wire communication, coaxial cable communication, optical fiber communication. I think optical fiber communication you have learned in class 12. Okay. In class 12 we have got a chapter called optical fiber or something. And no, it's maybe in the chapter of that reflection of lights and all. So there you got a topic called optical fiber. So how it's communicate? It's communicate like if we consider this as a wire, okay, optical wire. This communicates like this. Okay, it's out of the wire like this. It communicates like this. And the next one is wireless communication. Our phone is our wireless communication. It's a wireless communication. It doesn't contain any wire. Okay, and it is known as space communication. Wired is line communication. Wireless is space communication. Ground wave communication, sky wave communication, space wave communication, satellite communication. These are all heard words like satellite communication. Scientists in the laboratory, like ISRO communicate with their satellites. There is wireless communication. You are talking with your mom. There is wireless communication. You are searching something in internet. That is wireless communication. Ground wave communication. It's a wireless communication. Space wave communication. You are connecting you with the space. ISRO is connecting with space. NASA is communicate with space. That are all wireless communication. You can't send a wire there. Can you send a wire in moon? No. Can you send a wire in sky? No. Can you send a wire in space? No. Why no? Because it's not logically possible, physically possible. So scientists invented wireless communication. So it become easier for them to know about what happening in space or in moon or Mars, etc. Okay, let's move. Example of communication system. So I have mentioned earlier internet. It's the most important example of communication system nowadays because tell me something that you can't do with internet in this world. Tell me one thing. Did you get? No. So internet is one of the most, I'm saying one of the most important thing in today's world. In fact, for me, I can blindly say internet is my first priority. If you're not getting a answer of a question, search internet, you will get the answer. You're facing any difficulty in your life, search on internet how what to do. You're facing in downloading an app, search in internet how to search, how to download. So internet also help us to connect people. Okay, there are many disadvantages of internet, like uh, people used to misuse internet in wrong way. So that's different thing. But in a good reason, internet is one of the most crucial thing in today's world, I must say. Because as an engineer, as an upcoming engineer, I totally belong with internet. Second is public switch telephone network. So we have seen PCOs in our nearby areas, okay, and are all public switch telephone network. We can go and talk. Intranet, extranet, television. Television nowadays is like the grades of buying television is going down because internet is taking over television. Okay, now you can say IPL is going on. Recently, IPL started. So today, like yesterday, I am watching a match of RCB and MI. So I'm in now I'm in hostel. So I don't have television, but I can see whole match on my laptop. So some work of television is taken by laptop or smartphones. So and yes, and internet. To watch that match, I have to use internet. So as you can see, internet connecting the people. Internet connect me and cricket. I love cricket. I used to watch cricket on television when I was in home. But now I, I, I have no television. So what can I do? So internet and my laptop helping me to watch that match without television. So who is making the role easier for me? That's internet. So internet is most powerful weapon in today's world. Let's move. Element of communication system. Information. So first of all, we all know the information is transmitted. Okay. As I have said, you can send videos, you can send audios, you can send pictures, you can send anything to anyone in the world. Okay, you are now in a place and your mother is living in another country. Internet will help you to send your information to your mother. That's the element of communication system. Information is the element of communication system. Signals. Signals value function of this of type that carries the information. The information is converted into an electrical form of transmission. Signals. Uh, okay, you are talking on your phone. Okay. Then the signals, your phone is ringing. Someone is calling you, your phone is ringing, and that signal to your phone that someone calling you. That is called signal. Someone is getting the signal. If you're talking on a phone and you are not listening your that another person, you're not listening to the phone of another person. So what you say? The signal is bad. The network is bad. So why you say the signal is bad? Because that signal is not proper. Something interrupt with the signals. So that it help also communication. It's an element. It helps in communication. Transducer. A device or an arrangement that convert one form of energy to another. It helps to convert one form of energy to another. We all know that energy is converted from one form to another, but neither be lost nor it can be destroyed. An electrical transducer convert physical variables such as pressure, force, temperature into corresponding electrical signals variation. Okay. Example, microphone convert audio signals into electrical signals. Photodetector convert light signal into electrical signal. So these are the example of transducer. It helps to convert one form of energy to another. As you can see in a microphone, it converts audio signals into electrical signals. Like you are speaking in a microphone, the audio of your went through a wire to the speaker. So it's help to convert the audio signals, your audio signals into electrical signals. You got my point. See, uh, I'm saying this is your microphone and this is the wire. Okay, and these are a speaker. So you are giving your audio here. Okay, you are giving your audio here. That's your audio signal. The audio signal is went through this wire. So wire is an electrical substance, right? So it went through the wire. So at last it's converted into electrical signals. Speaker is connected. So the audio signal is converted into electrical signals. Next is amplifier. What is an amplifier? Amplifier means an electronic system or device that increases the amplitude or the strength of the transmitted signals. It's called an amplifier. You might heard like yeah, for practicing singing or something like playing a song, there is a device, small device like speaker, where you can connect your microphone that amplify a sound. Like it's a kind of speaker only that help to increase your amplitude of your voice. Okay, so it increases your voice. It's like you can assume it's a speaker. Okay, it's a type of speaker that gives you the loud voice. Like you're saying something, the amplitude changes. It increases the amplitude or strength of the transmission signal. This is known as amplifier. When the signal strength become less, then the required value amplification can be done anywhere in between transmitter and receiver. A DC power source is provided for the amplification. Okay, modulator. As the original message signal can be transmitted over a large distance because of their low frequency and amplitude. They are superimposed with the high frequency and amplitude wave called carrier wave. This phenomenon of superimposing of message signal with the carrier wave is called modulation, and the resultant wave is a modulated wave which is transmitted. So, what is modulator? Modulator, as the original signals cannot be transmitted over a large distance. See, for a large distance, like a person living outside, not in your country, outside your country, like you are living in India and anyone, any relative living outside India, like in Japan, Singapore, anything. So the original message signal cannot be transmitted over large. For a large distance, a a message signal cannot be transmitted. It's very difficult because of low frequency and amplitude. Okay, they are superimposed with high frequency and amplitude wave called carrier wave. So, so they use carrier wave to superimpose high frequency to make the frequency high. Okay. Again, let's continue. So now it's a phase modulation. So what is the phase modulation? The phase modulation of the carrier wave changes the phase of the signal wave. Okay. The phase shift after modulation is dependent on the frequency of the carrier wave as well as where modulation waves are immune to noise to a greater extent. This is called phase modulation. So modulation are of three types we have read. Okay. The third type is called phase modulation. Transmitter. What is a transmitter? Transmitter, it is the arrangement that processes the message signal into suitable form for transmission and subsequential reception. So, the transmission is like you are saying something on your phone, like you are transmitting the message. Okay, so you are a transmitter. The person who is receiving your message is called receiver, and the communication is called medium. Okay, antenna. An antenna is a structure of a device that will radiate and receive electronic magnetic wave. So they are used in both transmitter and receiver. An antenna is basically a metallic object, often a collection of wires. The electromagnetic waves are polarized according to the position of the antenna. So, like uh, previously we have seen in the house, in many houses, there is something above the houses where if you shake, like move that thing, your television shows good quality. Sometimes the television quality becomes bad when you move that thing. Your quality becomes good. That is called antenna. You are moving that antenna. Antenna helps to receive signals. Okay, it receives electromagnetic waves that helps to get good signals. Channels. Channels refers to physical medium such as wire, cable, space through which the signals is passed from the transmitter to the receiver. There are many channels impairment that affect channel performance to a pronounced level. Noise, attenuation, and distortion to mention the measured impairment. So what is a channel? Channel is like channel is the middleman. Okay. Like you can say in a relationship, okay, a boy and girl, they don't know each other, but they want to be in a relationship. So a middleman is there, which is a common friend of both. So he or she helps to make connect both the people, the boy and the girl. So he is the or he she is the middleman. So channels help to connect the transmitter and the receiver, like me and my mom. Those channels helps like that. Okay. So let's move. Noise. What is noise? You are in a party. Okay. You're in a club. The music is so high. Okay. You are not listening, or you can't say anything to your friend because the music is so high that your frequency of amplitude of saying to your friend is so low in comparison with the club. Okay, that is called noise. Noise is one of the channel imperfection or impairment in the received signals at the destination. There are external and internal sources that cause noise. External sources include interference, that is, interference from nearby transmitted signals, interference generated by a natural source such as lightning, solar or cosmic radiation, automobile generated radiation, etc. The external noise can be minimized and eliminated by the appropriate design of the channel, shielding of cables. Also, by digital transmission, external noise can be much minimized. Internal sources include noise due to random motion and collision of electrons in conductors, thermal noise due to diffusion and combination of charge carriers in other electronic devices. Internal noise can be minimized by cooling and using digital signals technology for transmission. A different cable design, proper design of channel, use digital transmission using BPF or LPF at the receiver. These are the reasons how you can reduce noise. Okay, pulse width modulation (PWM). In power electronics, pulse width modulation is a proven effective technology that is used to control semiconductor device. Pulse width modulation is commonly used control technique that generates analog signals from digital devices such as microcontrollers. The signals thus produced will help a train of pulses, and these pulses will be in the form of square wave. Thus, at any given time, the wave will either be high or low. So, what is pulse width modulation? So, it's used, okay, it's a use to control semiconductor devices. First, so what is semiconductor devices? PN, we have already know about PN. It's like transmission of negative charge to positive charge. There is a wall-like structure in between. Okay, barrier, which is called barrier. So it's a use technique that generates analog signals. Okay, it helps to generate analog signals from digital devices such as microcontrollers. The signals thus produced will have a train of pulses. What is pulse modulation? Pulse modulation reduces the average power delivered by an electron signals by converting the signals into discrete parts. Like you can say, uh, you are given a signals, you are given a signal which is too long. So pulse modulation will divide the signals into discrete parts. In the pulse modulation technique, the signal's energy is distributed through a series of pulses rather than a continuous varying signals. So this is the main work of pulse width modulation. How is pulse width modulation signal generated? A pulse width modulating signal is generated using a comparator. This is the comparator. This is the comparator. Okay, the modulating signals form one part of the signals, one part of the input to the comparator, while the non-sinusoidal wave or sawtooth wave forms the other part of the input. The comparator compares two signals and generates a PWM signals as its output from a waveform. Okay, so this is how pulse width modulation signals generate. It can be generated through sawtooth wave or modulation pulse signals like square or distinct, and this helps comparator helps to generate. Got it? Important parameters associated with pulse width modulation signals. Duty cycles. As we all know, PWM signal stays on for a given time and stays off for a certain time. The percentage of time for which the signals remain on is known as duty cycle. If the signal is always on, then the signal must have 100% duty cycle. The formula to calculate the duty cycle is this. So it says that if the signal is on every time, then the duty cycle will be 100%. And if the signal is off sometime, it cannot be 100%. And this is the formula. You should learn this formula. Important. Frequency of pulse width modulation. The frequency of pulse modulation determines how fast the pulse modulation complete a period. The frequency of a pulse is shown in the figure above. The frequency of pulse modulation can be calculated as follows, and these are the formulas. Output voltage of pulse width modulation signal. The output voltage of pulse width modulation signals will be percentage of the duty cycle. For example, for a 100% duty cycle, if the operating voltage is 5 volt, then the output voltage will be the 5 volt. The duty cycle of 50%, then the voltage will be divided according to the percentage. If the operating voltage is 5%, if 100% the duty cycle, then output voltage will be the 5%. Sorry, 5 volt. And if it is 50%, then it's 2.5. If it is 70%, then calculate with the formula. Okay. Types of pulse width modulation. First one is trial edge modulation. Second is lead edge modulation. Third is pulse center to edge modulation. So trial edge modulation is a technique the signal's lead edge is modulated and the trial edge is fixed. Here the signal's lead edge is fixed and trial edge is modulated. And here pulse center is fixed and both edges of the impulse are modulated. You should remember this. Application of pulse width modulation. Due to high frequency, low power loss, and the PMW technique's ability to precisely control the power, and the technique is used in a variety of power applications. Some of the applications of the PMW are as follows. So these are some application of pulse width modulation. The pulse width modulation technique is used in telecommunication for encoding purpose. So pulse width modulation is used for encoding purpose. The PMW helps in voltage regulation and therefore is used to control the speed of the motor. The PMW technique controls the fan inside a CPU of the computer, thereby successfully dissipated the heat. PMW is used in audio and video amplification. So the PMW is very important thing in the study of communication system. Okay. So these are the applications. Nothing to explain more, but you should remember the point where it's used. It is used in the fan inside a CPU. Is used as an amplifier. Is used in the telecommunication for encoding purposes. It has in voltage regulation. So these are the some uses, applications of pulse width modulation. So some advantages and disadvantages of pulse width modulation. So first, let's talk about disadvantage. Pulse width modulation technique prevents overheating of LED, okay, while maintaining its brightness. Pulse width modulation is accurate and has a fast uh, response item. So, sorry, these are advantages. Sorry, these are advantages. We will discuss these advantages in next slide. So, it helps to prevent overheating of LED. LED are preferred bulb in today's world because it consumes low power and it helps in maintaining brightness and overheating is prevented. Is accurate and has fast response time. PMW is accurate. PMW provides high input power factor. Helps motor generate maximum torque even when they run at low speed. Okay. So these are the some advantages of pulse width modulation. Now let's talk about disadvantage. As PMW frequency is high, switching losses are considerably high. It includes radio frequency interference. Okay. So let's talk about something frequently asked questions. What is pulse width modulation technique? Pulse width modulation technique is commonly used control technique that generate analog signals from digital devices such as microcontrollers that we discussed earlier. In PMW technique, the signal energy is distributed through a series of pulses rather than continuous varying signals. So it's like it not carried through a long signal. It is bifurcated. It is divided in different parts. Why PWM is used is an effective method that is used to control the amount of power delivered to load without dissipating any waste power. So, like in LED, it helps to control the amount of power. It it will help LED uh, LED for of overrating from overrating. Okay, so these are the some PWM use. What is the difference between duty cycle and the frequency of a PMW signal? So the frequency of a PMW signal describes how often the signal switches between high and low band voltage. Frequency is expressed in unit of hertz. Duty cycle is a percentage of time the signal stays at the high voltage. It is the expressed in a percentage of a period. So these are the differences between duty cycle and frequency. The frequency varies from high to low voltage, but duty cycle only shows the high voltage signals. So that's the main difference between both. What are the different types of pulse modulation system? These are phase age, lead age, pulse center to age that we discussed. Some of the application of pulse modulation that we discussed: telecommunication, audio amplification. Attenuation. What is attenuation? Okay, it is a problem caused by the medium. When the signal is propagated for a long distance through a medium, depending on the length of the medium, the initial power decreases. The loss in initial power is directly proportional to the length of the medium. Using amplification, the signal power is straightened or amplified so as the reduced attenuation. Also, the digital signals are comparatively less prone to attenuation and analog coding signals. So, when you speak in a open space, like in a ground, you are the speaker and you are speaking something to lots of people. So there we use speakers so that people listen everything. Okay, but if you not use the speaker, okay, if you not use the speaker, the the people will not hear anything. So that is called attenuation. So we will amplify the things to for the people to hear everything. Okay, so that is attenuation. Attenuation is like problem caused by the medium when the signal is propagated for a long distance. So for a long distance, it will cause problems. Okay, so what is distortion? This is another type of channel problem. When the signal is distorted, the distorted signal may have frequency and bandwidth different from the transmitter signal. The variation in the signal frequency can be linear or non-linear. So this is another channel problem. Okay, it will vary the frequency. Receiver, an arrangement that extracts the message or information from the transmitter signals at the output end of the channel and produces suitable form as the original message signals to a receiver. The receiver, I have discussed. Demodulator. It is the inverse phenomenon of modulation. The process of separation of message signals from a carrier wave takes place in the demodulation. The information is retrieved from the modulated wave. So it's opposite of modulation. I have said that the points I have said in modulation, it's like opposite. Okay, the process of separation of message signals from the carrier wave takes place in demodulation. Okay, repeater can are processed are placed at different location in between the transmitter and receiver. So in some cases, like you heard echo, like transmitter is saying something, and you are receiving two to three voices. This is called repeater. You are repeating. There are some listening something repetitions. The repeater receives the transmit signals, amplify it, and send it to the next repeater without restoring the original signals. Okay. So here you can see Communication only possible by bouncing the signals through a repeater. Here, the house is here. Okay, this is house of a friend, and there is hill. So here is a repeater, which will go and gives the message to there. Again, same process. The hill is like make a barrier between you and your friend. So no signals will pass through the repeater. Sorry, pass through this hill. So it is only possible through the repeater. Repeater will help like this. Block diagram of communication system. The block diagram given below represent the flow of the signals from the source to the destination. The role of every device and arrangement discussed above is better understood. Information source. Next go to input transducer, amplification, modulation, antenna. These are all part of transmitter. Okay. Then signals and noise. It is sorry, and it's a channel process. Channel and noise. The receiver antenna, demodulator, detector, amplification, outer transition, information source. So it's a long process that you can see. First is come to information source, which is the transmitting the message. Then is come to input transducer. Then to amplification. The the uh, the voice become loud. The frequency become loud. Then modulator. It maintains the frequency. Then the antenna. Then the channel. Who's transmit. Middleman. Then receiving antenna. Then demodulator. Then detector, then amplifier, outer transducer, then at the information source. So a person saying something and the person listening something. I'm speaking, you are listening. In between, various processes done. Okay, it's not like that I am speaking and you are listening. Like you can see only from a transmitter to receiver, you can see how the process is so long. And just try to imagine how sound travel. See, the process is so long. Transfer information source, transducer, amplification, modulator, antenna, channel, receiving antenna, demodulator, detector, amplification. See this process, it's so long. Still, I am saying something, directly you are listening, directly my mom listening, directly my girlfriend listening. It's like just a fraction of second. So you can imagine how sound travels. And you all know how light travels. Light travels faster than sound. For example, lightning. The, the sound of lightning you heard after the light. In the case of lightning, okay. So you can say fast light travel faster than sound. So you can imagine how light is faster. Sound is you can like I am saying you are listening so fast, but the process is so long. It's like going through one process, but that is happening so fast. Okay, so this is all this. The signals have you have spoken is a mouth, then transducer. This is so like funny diagram here. The signal is coming, the transducer, the electronic signals move into the electronic processor, it processes and is transmitted, the wave generated here, then the electromagnetic wave is received by the receiver, and the electronic signals is go to the transducer, transducer give the electronic also here. This is the long process. As you can see, the long process. These are the electromagnetic waves. It's propagated every time. The frequency propagated. The frequency is equal to 1 by t, 1 by time period. The time period increases, frequency decreases. The time period decreases, frequency increases. So you can say frequency is inversely proportional to time taken. It's inversely proportional. Got it? Sorry. It's inversely proportional to time taken. So let's talk briefly about internet. Internet. Internet-based communication. In much of the world, the internet is becoming the primary medium for communication in business. Internet communication tools save money in a variety of ways. Okay. Okay. So in much of the world, the internet is becoming the primary medium for communication in business. Okay. Internet communication tools save money in different way. Email, instant messaging, social networking are all free. Okay. So there are many different kinds of internet communication tools such as email, VoIP, forums, online chat, and social networking among others. So emails, instant messaging, and social networking are all free. This help our life easier to make our life easier. Like in earlier times, like they used to write letters to their family, to their loved ones who are living in different states or different countries. So after invention of social media like messaging, emails, it helps people to connect faster and easier. Okay, and save money also. For posting letter, you have to pay money. Like it reduces the amount of money or amount of time. Okay, so there are different kinds of communication tools such as email messaging you have seen. Using the latest tool and method of communicating over the internet is essential for bringing your business into the modern age of communication and marketing. Okay, VoIP. So what is VoIP? Let's see. Our internet telephony. It is a common for voice communication to be carried out through the internet using voice over internet protocol software. So its communication should be carried. It's a voice communication. So your voice will be carried. So okay, VoIP allows you to call a telephone, either a fixed or mobile phone. So VoIP can be considered as telephone or mobile phone. And you all know about what is mobile and what is telephone. I don't have to explain separately. You all know what is mobile. Everyone has mobile nowadays, and which is you all know how important a mobile is to you. So that thing you should know, and you know, I guess. This is often considerably cheaper than calling from a telephone, particularly with international calls. So in a telephone, if you go to a PCO, then you have to pay your money and for a call. So if daily you are calling someone and going to PCO and calling someone, telephone you are uh, calling someone because nowadays telephone existence is so low. Mobile take over the place of telephone. So that thing you should know that mobile is more easier and more user friendly. Okay. You can conduct free voice conversation between two computers. Sorry, sorry. One of the most popular internet telephony tool is Skype. With Skype and similar internet telephony tool, you can conduct free voice conversation between two computers. Skype can also be used for video conferencing, webcam calls, instant message, and sending SMS messages. So, so main advantage of mobile over telephone is you can easily call you can easily get an international call or you can go for an international call in a cheaper way. Okay, so next we will discuss about Skype. So what is a Skype? Skype here is in a voice conversation. Okay, it's a free voice conversation and it's also having video conferencing. So if you are staying in a place, communicating with the people on another state, you can do video call. You can see each other in a screen. So which is a very good or like it's a very good option for a person staying on another country. You can see your own people on a screen. So that's video conferencing. You all know video call. Emails, the original internet communication tool. Email is still an essential tool every business should have. So emails, you all know, in businesses it is used most. It is mostly in business or business person or any official information. If you're sending an official information, it should be in an email. Email is for official things mainly. In spite of this, with the rise of messaging through social networking site, then instant messaging even is not quite as important as it is. Okay, but email for official email is very important. Okay, official works are done through email. Any information like you are in a college and your team giving some message, he will not WhatsApp you, he will not SMS you, he will not Skype you, he will give an email to everyone. So that's the main use of email. I don't think so personally, like email is got vanished from today's world, but it's still there, but in less use. Social networking is all about forming groups, sharing online content, and exchanging information. In addition to being a major part of social life in the modern world, social networking is an invaluable tool for internet marketing since it provides a user-friendly and highly accessible platform upon which to exchange information on products and service. For example, if someone like an article on your business blog or website, he may discuss to share with his friend. So this is the main objective of social networking, help to exchanging or forming groups. You can form groups and talk, like in video conferencing, from a group, you can add people from 6 to 10, 12 to any numbers of people you can join and see them. Like in a call also, you can do conference call. You can connect many people, as many people you can collect, and you can do video call. You can do voice call. So that's the main important thing of email. Or sorry, for this social network. Forums. Forums like emails have also been around since the dawn of internet. Forums provide a space to exchange message and participate in conversation. The main difference between instant messaging are that forums are generally public and the communication are not in a real time. Forums and their regular posters and readers form communities that can be valuable to their businesses. Many businesses and individuals advertise their website in signature that is automatically attached to every post they make in forum. So forum is not like very usable every time. Okay, so it's like less user in WhatsApp or emails. It's used in some way businesses use mainly, and it's not done in a real life. So this is some of the disadvantage of forums, you can say. So make the summary. So what we have learned today, we have learned briefly about pulse width modulation, advantages, these advantages, okay, and then applications of pulse width modulation, uh, many things. We have learned many things about pulse width modulation. Okay, now we have also learned about how emails are helps in real life. It helps in uh, it helps in social social networking, like in businesses, in transmitting official data or information to person, using official tasks mainly. Uh, Social networking like WhatsApp, Facebook, Skype is helps to connect people around the world. Like uh, normal voice phone calls is help to connect to people. Video conferencing help people to see each other. Skype is a main like a familiar popular tool for video conferencing. For like connecting people, there are Zoom meetings we can go for it. Gmeet we can, Google Meet we can do, connecting more people in the same screen. So these are some And for saying uh, about internet, it's like I have already said something like it's a great weapon of today's world. Internet is a great weapon of today's world. So according to me, if someone asks me, internet is good or bad, okay, so it will be like it good in some cases and it bad at some cases. So I mostly prefer for the good ones. Okay, so let's make in a good one. So people living in different countries, okay, people living in different countries are very difficult to contact with their family. So at that time, for that people, so internet plays a great role for them because they can be easily connected with their family. You're living outside. Now me also. I am considering myself. I am living here. I am living long distance from my parents. Only because of internet I am connected. Right? So that's it. Internet is very important. And secondly, if you use in a good way for learning something like in YouTube, you can search for videos. You can learn from videos. Like any topic you have searched like okay, find any topic like from topic called DSA, you have searched binary search tree. What is binary search tree? You can easily get 2 to 3 4 contents. Okay, consider you can't go to class because of your uh, ill because you are ill and you have missed that class, and at that class the teacher taught BST, so you are and like you have no friends at that class, so you can simply come and type BST in YouTube and you will get 4 to 3 content, and within 10 minutes you can learn BST. So that's a very good good use of internet. And if I go for a bad use of internet, it's like someone search for adult sites, and that's not good. Like you shouldn't do that. And many like you are pranking someone, you are making fake accounts of someone, destroying someone, you are making their uh, photos in a bad ways or videos in a bad way. These are some of the pros and cons of internet, like you can say. So that shouldn't be done. You have given the opportunity. That doesn't mean you will do anything you want. You should value people life. You should value something like they are also emotionally connected. So if you're getting some opportunity, if you use that in a good way, so why we should use in a bad way? So that thing should today uh, students to know, today people should know, and that thing. Okay, so these are some of the points of communication system. So let's move to the main topic. So communication system. So communication system, if in a single line, if I have to define, it's a system that helps to communicate it from one people to another, and that's it. So in that, it contain many topics like transmitter, receiver, channels, noise, PWM, pulse width modulation, types of pulse width modulation, internet, types of internet. Okay, so the thing we have discussed WhatsApp, texting messages, we discussed about Skype, we discussed about Facebook. Facebook is like connecting everyone, and in Instagram, these are all type of communication system. It's a communication tool. Facebook is a communication tool. WhatsApp is a communication tool. Internet is a communication tool. Skype is a communication tool. Noise is a communication tool. Channel is a communication tool. These are all tools and elements of communication system. So it's not only one thing. There is a communication system. Communicating from one person to another, it's contain many things between us. Like transmitter is not only about a transmitter. It's like antenna. It's contain modulator. It contain amplification. It's not a simple thing. It cannot be a simple thing. It's a long process. So that thing you should know, and uh,
and you should take the communication system in a good way. Communication system helps everyone. Communication system is very essential in today's world. So that's it. I want to conclude here. Thank you, and I hope everyone is fine. Thank you. Bye bye.